Alright, I'm really sorry for inconvenience. It's my first attempt. I regret this, and I think let's see if it's still working. I'm not gonna take much of your time today because I'm just still in the setup phase and just trying to experiment with stuff. And आज बहुत छोटे से थोड़ा सा introduction के बाद I'll just leave it. Just check एक बार कि if it's working or not. Um, I'm really sorry again. I'm really sorry again. Just keep saying sorry. Cool, I can't get it to work though. Oh, hello, 9 people that are watching right now. Uh, I really thank you for the support, and I really request you, ki bro, please, bros and sisters, kali mat dena. It's my first time. All right. So I hope it's in 1080p now, and I also hope that okay, what is happening? Yeah, hi. So I was talking about tags and basically कुछ tags important होते हैं that we'll study right now and also जिसका भी Windows वाली बात थी I'm sorry I was talking about Windows Mobile and also if you are still using Windows Mobile I highly recommend you to switch to Android and if you are using Windows on a laptop that is totally okay but I'll also recommend switching to Linux. Alright, so कुछ tags की बात कर लेते हैं सबसे पहले comments की बात करते हैं. For in VS Code, you just type something and you just select and you just command or control this particular key for commenting out. Also, alternatively, you can just do this and this will become a tag. This is a tag. Alright. So let's talk about some tag. There is one tag called division tag. This is something that you're gonna use the most. Div stands basically for division and you can create basically horizontal segments of stuff and suppose this is division 1 and I'll just create another division. Let's call it division 2 and just for the sake of symmetry or I don't know not symmetry or anything let's call it division 3. So this is basically the division tag. What it does it creates some divisions like these. Like I don't think you can see much of a difference right now why division tag is important, but trust me, they are very important and in some time you will actually see the difference. Okay, so the next tag we are going to talk about is the heading tag. That is the H tag. इसके basically 6 levels होते हैं. That starts from H1 to H6. This is heading 1 and I'll just do this and I'll just select some stuff right H2. Alright, just a second. H3. I'm sorry. I'll write H4, H5 and H6. So basically what I just did was something called a multi-cursor in VS Code. So you select one part and if you press Command D, then it will select the thing that matches it. And also you can have multiple cursors and you can type. I'll show you a cool thing. Okay, I'll show you later. Anyway, so I have created 6 headings and in the browser, it looks like this. So starting from the top, heading 1 has the biggest size, then heading 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Basically heading 6 is the smallest, smaller than the base heading that is being used. Okay. After that, let's talk about the paragraph tag. Paragraph, this is a paragraph. These are just the basic stuff. आज सिर्फ और सिर्फ basic stuff के बारे में बात करेंगे. These are not very important. These are not important at all actually. So basically I have a paragraph. As you can see, there is some style difference between heading tag and a paragraph tag. And oh, where did it go? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. So this was the paragraph tag. I can also have an image tag. I'll just do it in a separate division. I can have an image tag, and for the image tag I need to give a source. So let's go to Google to get a source. I can directly search let's tag Tesla model by. Okay, so by the way, did you guys know about this thing? What model, what Tesla did to this? Anyway, that's out of context right now. So I'll just copy the link, copy image address, and I'll just go here, paste it. So huge ass link. Just close the tag, and I'll just save it for the sake of it. Wait. So this is the source. This is the image tag, and it should ideally display the image on the page, right, like this. Alright, we can also manipulate this image in various ways. We can give it a width so that it actually adheres to the width of it. I can give the width in pixels. So let's say I want a 50 pixel tall wide image, and also give it a height. Let's suppose I want a 100 pixel height image. So I have enabled autosave, but I request you to. Okay, what the fuck did I just do? Okay, don't do this. Just fucks up the resolution. Just select the width, and HTML5 is intelligent enough to know the ratio between the height and width, so that it's just easier to resize it. So this looks good to me. So this is basically the image tag, and in the other division I'll just give an anchor tag. So basically this tag, what it does is gives link to a particular web page. So if I say write https google.com, just say link to a site. Just refresh it. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a href. Sorry, my mistake. It's a href. So it turns into a hyperlink, and if I click on this hyperlink, it should take me to the link that I mentioned, that is google.com. So that's about it about the anchor tag. All right, so I guess these are most of the basic tags. Another tag that is also widely used, but in most front-end frameworks you're gonna change the tag anyway. So it's called the form. So basically it allows you to create a form. We'll talk about this later. I don't want to talk about this right now. And there's a table tag. So what table tag does, it allows you to create a table. Also, you might not be needing table tags once we start using UI frameworks like Bootstrap or Semantic UI and whatnot. And they allow us to create ready-made tables. So first of all, it's a table row. Basically a row in a table. I'll just create two rows and a table. I don't know what it's called, table td, table data element. So that is A. We'll call it another one. I'll call it B. Just copy this, paste it. I'll call it C, and sorry, D. So this should create a table. So as you can see, there are no padding or anything to the, though no lines or anything to the table right now, but as you can see, these are in actually the same orientation as they are supposed to be. If I type another data point to it, let's call it F, and let's call it E, C, D. Okay, I'm bad with alphabets apparently. So it should create something like this. All right. So there are a lot of styling that you can do to the tags. I'll just give a quick demonstration of CSS, or maybe I should not. Okay, so let's check out if you have any questions right now in the comment section with regard to this, whatever we have created right now. So do you have any questions? you don't have any questions. How was that happening? So are you guys actually understanding stuff? Just say a yes or a no so that I can change the way I'm speaking or change the way I'm demonstrating stuff. Just give it right there in the comments. Yeah, that is kind of easy. Cool. So let's move forward. Right now the time is 10:16. I'll talk to you guys for another 14-15 minutes. I'll see how much I can cover. I just want to keep the stream a little small because this is the first attempt at me, and I hope it's working fine right now. And the advanced stuff will be starting from the next stream, I guess probably tomorrow. I actually enjoy doing this stuff, so I can do it every day. But I just hope everyone joins in so that I don't know. It's just supposed to work. All right. So how to call image from my drive? Uh, from drive, do you mean Google Drive or? Okay, I just assume that you mean Google Drive. So let's go to Google Drive. I don't want to show you my personal data in my drive. Should I do? All right, let's do one thing. I'll do something cool. Yeah, I can show you this data. All right, so this is all. Oh no 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 no. Yeah. Okay, so this is basically the drive of the society, and I'll just select a photo from here. If the link sharing is on only, then you can share the photograph or image on your web page. You can call the link. So I'll just copy a good enough image. Okay, let's just copy me. Okay, the system don't want to. Okay, so I get a shareable link of people eating, link copied to the text board. Just take the source tag and paste it over here. I hope link sharing is on, so it should load the image pretty well. So I guess the link sharing is off right now. Just need to enable link sharing. Share. Anyone can view and just copy the link again. Yeah, should work now. Okay, still doesn't work. Basically some sharing issue, but you just need to paste the link here and it is supposed to work easily. All right, so the next question is, what is the meaning of tr tag? So basically this is table, this is the table row, and this is basically each column, each cell of that particular table. So I'll try to make it here. So basically if this is a table, so I'll just assume this is a table. By the way, that's how you make table in a markdown. It's the shittiest table I have seen. So basically if this is a table with 3 columns, 1, 2 and 3, and I'll just duplicate it several times. Alright, so if this is a B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay. Okay. So if this is a table, the whole table is contained in the table tag. This whole thing is contained in the table tag. The table row tag defines each row, basically the row. Right, I'll do it here. This is the row, which is the tr tag, and this is applicable for all of them. and each point, this is a table data tab. Okay, it won't allow me to do that. Basically, each member is a TD. Alright, I hope that answers your question. Cool. Can I insert an image which is on Insta page? Yes, you can do that. Again, it's about sharing. Let's see if I have an Instagram account linked here. What the hell? Instagram.com. Let's see if I have a link there. I'll try to get the image. How do you log in? What's my password? Okay, wait a second. I have Instagram logged in here. Basically, I constantly switch between my browsers. I use the Chrome for the development purposes and I use Safari for normal browsing. So if I can get the link to this image, I can definitely share it. I don't think I can get the link to this image. Actually, Instagram doesn't allow me to take the link of that particular image. There are several tools which can get me the URL of this image, but right now I don't have them installed, so I don't think I can do that. Okay. If I want it from my PC, if you want to attach an image from your PC, you do the same thing. Just download that particular image. Suppose take a good image. This is too big. Let's take this one. I'll just save image as, and I'll save it in the same drive just so that it is easy to like get. Live stream episode 1, and I'll just call it Mehengi Car, and I'll just save it. So as you can see, mehengicar.jpg got saved here, and I'll just come to the code here, and instead of writing this source, what I'll do is just go here and right click and I guess get info. Just copy the path of that image. Okay, since it's in the same directory, I can do one easy thing. That is, I can do this. This basically states that this dot and / states that it's in the same directory, and this is basically the name of that particular image. Alright, so if I refresh this now, it should load it here. So this is how you attach images from the same system. Cool, I guess that's it. So I'll show you some formatting things right now. I'm not going deep into CSS right now. I just want you to have some kind of understanding of CSS. Okay, I guess that is fine. So this is how our web page looks right now, but it's not very pretty, of course, not the prettiest web page. Kind of pretty, but I don't think so it's kind of very pretty. So there's something called as CSS. CSS basically cascaded style sheets or cascading style sheets. I don't remember exactly, but what it does, it allows you to style your web page according to your needs. So basically there are many ways to do CSS. I'm just going to give a small demonstration of how to do CSS. I'll write the style tag. Just keep that in mind. I'm writing the style tag in the head because I want this information to be loaded before the web page actually loads. And in that style tag, excuse me, I need to create classes. So what are classes? These classes are very different from what we have actually learned in Python, C++ and everything. These classes are actually the classes, like this particular class defines this particular element of HTML. So what that means is whatever style is applied to that class is gonna be applied to every member of the web page with the same class. There are two things, that is class and an ID. Class is basically used for styling purposes, whereas ID is usually used to make the web page dynamic using JavaScript, because you need to call a particular element by its ID, and when we'll do that when the time comes. Right now I'll just discuss classes. So I'll just give quick classes to the divisions that I just created. Okay, before that I'll just show you one thing. If you write BG, that stands, sorry, body, so that stands for the body of the whole document, and just give it a background, and you can give any background. There are some pre-installed background. So what it does is basically it picks the body tag, this body tag, and gives some property to the body tag, right? In this case the background, which is teal, and if I go and refresh this page, you can see the whole background is now teal colored and nothing else. Also there's a property called color. It's basically the font color. The font color is basically how all the colors on the body will look like. So as you can see, it just changed the color of all the things that are present on the website to white. I can also change the font size. This is basically the base font size, and I'll just give 100 pixels. I'll just go crazy. I just see what happens. Yeah, no, not a good not a good thing to do. 30 pixels. Yeah, so it's a little bit bigger now, and as you can see, it affects every text that is present on the website. And also you can see that it's affecting the heading tag differently than it's affecting the paragraph tag, because the heading tags predefines the ratio between the base font size and the heading font size. So this particular thing is affected differently than this. Also we can even change that if we want. Like suppose if we want to change the h1 tag, so it will affect all the h1 tags that are present in the document. So I'll just create another one just so that it is easier. Title of the site, this is image on page. So if I type a font size for just the h1 tag, and let's just say I want it to be 50 pixels tall, and as you can see, this particular thing is changed. This is still 30, but this is now 50 pixels tall. Right before that, as you might be able to say that this was bigger because of the ratio, but I'm now explicitly changing the default size of the header tag. Also I can do something like this color, and I can give a nice color, let's say blue violet. Also these colors are pre-built into VS Code, so you don't need to do that. So this looks shit. Also if you can hover here, you can do something like this. This is all VS Code basically. So it is giving the color in RGB right now. This is the red value, this is the G value, that is the green value, and this is the blue value. So the color yellow is basically this particular shade. So yeah, this looks much better than the previous one. So this is how I'm styling this. And there's something called custom classes. These are basically the tags that are already present on the body. This is the body tag, the h1 tag. Now I'm gonna explicitly define some classes. Say I'll write class equals inverted comma, and I'll just give the section 1 title here. I'll call it class section 2, and I'll just say class section 3. So now I have created custom classes for this. So to target these classes, I need to put a dot and then the name of the section. Now whatever I write here will affect the section 1 tag. So I'll give a new background. Let's say a darker background, gray. And I'll say section 2. I want yet another background. Say I know it's gonna look like shit anyway, but I'm still doing it. Section 3. I'm gonna give a background of suppose black. Okay, let's select this one. Alright, so okay, it looks shit AF, but you can see that the division tag that we created, this particular division tag, is affecting this region. So basically, how do I point towards the screen? Like, how does it even? Anyway, so basically this part of the division is one part and this part is another part and this is the third. And I have, for some reason, table is not in the division. Yeah, it's a separate division. I'll make it a single division so that I have three sections. Now table is in this particular division. Oh, okay. I just forgot. There's something called hierarchy, obviously. So basically, body tag के अंदर there are divisions, and in divisions के अंदर basically there is content. So always maintain this hierarchy. Also, the tag which opens first closes in the end. So like body यहाँ पे start हुआ था and it closes here. HTML यहाँ पे बंद हुआ है and it started over here. It has two children, head and body and so on, basic HTML stuff. So yeah, so basically this is one division, this is second division, and this is third division. The space that you are seeing over here is because of some internal padding that h1 already contains. So if I go over here and remove all the padding from h1, I say padding equals 0, it should, okay, it did not work. I'll also create this p padding 0 margin 0 margin 0. Yeah, so now there is no padding or margin between the two divisions, and also you can see there is some padding or margin between the body. So I'll just do the same thing over here. Padding 0, margin 0. I think it should make it stick to the edges. Yeah. So now this is one division, the gray part, the green one is another division, and the this whatever color is this is the third division. So one thing about the classes is that if I simply change the class of this particular section, so suppose 1, it's gonna apply the same formatting that is present in this class to this class. So that is the whole point of using classes. So this has section 1 and this also has section 1. So it's gonna apply the same formatting to both of these. Alright, so this was basic CSS. Let's see if we have any questions in the comments. Okay, so no questions right now. So I guess that's going well, good enough, right? Okay, if it's going well, just drop a thumbs up so I know everything is going well. Otherwise, might have some issues. There is a little bit of lag between live, what I'm seeing right now versus what I'm seeing on the phone. So I just hope everything is fine. All right. So that was about it from the first session. I think I should spend 5 more minutes on beautifying this a little bit. The CSS commands are inbuilt in HTML. Well, yes and no. Basically, CSS, how there are 3 ways of writing CSS, which we'll be discussing when we'll be discussing CSS in detail. But right now you can see that I am writing the CSS inside the style tag and I'm giving it some classes. So what the web page actually does is actually it parses, it starts reading the code from the head tag and sees that there is a style tag and it parses everything that is within the style tag according to CSS. The best practice is to create a separate CSS file and keep all the styles inside the CSS file and just link it to the actual web page. That is the best practice, but this also works right now. Okay. So I hope, I don't think I should spend a lot of time styling this, but since I'm a designer as well, I don't like stuff here. Okay, there is nothing in section 2, let's just move it here. Okay, this works. Also, this is basically because of the header tag. Let's just make it gray. Okay, this is kind of better. I just don't want this to be there. I want this to be here. I want this to be here. Okay, why did I change stuff? Also, there is one cool thing. If you want to make it instantly better, I'll just do this, and it's gonna do. We'll be discussing all the CSS property in the CSS video. So it's gonna move everything in the at the center, and table will still stay here because table takes the whole width of stuff. I'll just show you just as a proof. Table. Let's make the background color to white. This is just redundant stuff. I don't actually need to show. So it's taking up this much space, and the table doesn't follow this property, which is the text align property, so it won't move here. But if I don't know if I should, I just make the margin to just make it in the center. We'll be discussing these tags anyway. Yeah, so it will move it to the center. All right, so I suppose that should be it for today. I hope this was a good enough video for the first attempt at me making an actual live stream, and do let me know how it went, and we'll carry on. If you have any questions, just put it there in the comment box and I'll just try to answer them ASAP. I'll just wait 2 or 3 more minutes and then I'll just finish the live stream. And do tell me whether the live stream was helpful or not in the actual core group. We'll be starting with a more rigorous type of session in some times, and we'll talk about this in 2 minutes. Just let's see the comment box. Okay, so 14 people are actually watching it. I'm very thankful to those 14 people who are watching it, and really more thankful to the people who are actually commenting. So I'm getting a feedback of how it's going. Best source for Django 2.x. There are a lot of them for Django 1.x, but not for 2.x. Okay, so I have a few links for Django 2.x tutorials, and I'll be sharing that in the core group. We'll be covering Django most probably in some time. Excuse me, in some time in the live stream, and until then I'll simply share some stuff with you. I can't just tell right now. I'll just share the link in that box. Can you share some VS Code editing tricks? Okay, this is a little off topic, but I'll try to tell you whatever I know. Okay, so okay, so one of them is basically multi-select. If I have multiple tags of the same type, I can just select one of them and I can click Control D or Command D on Mac or Control D on Linux and Windows, and it will select all the matching tags. Right now it's selected 4 of them, and I can edit all of them at the same time. So if I want to change H1 tag, I can change it to H4 tag like this, and it will reflect it over here. Cool. So this is one of the things that is useful for HTML sometimes. Also, yeah, there is one thing that should work. If I do this, like suppose there is no clear-cut differences between divisions and everything, I'll just make it ugly. I'm just trying to make it ugly. Okay, one thing that sucks about a Mac is that there is no delete key, there is only backspace. And okay, so I made it a little bit ugly, and if I do Command Shift P or Control P on any laptop and I just select, I'll type re-indent line, and if I do that, it will automatically format stuff for me. More tips and tricks I'll show you when we'll actually be doing JavaScript. Also, basically HTML specific, not many of them are HTML specific. There is something called emit, which is very useful. If I need to create a div with some classes, let's say class 1, I'll just put a dot, class 2, class 3, and I press tab, it will automatically create a div with 3 classes. I can also have multiple classes. I'll discuss that in CSS, and it will create that. This is basically emit. It's pre-built. Okay, it's getting battery low. Alright guys, these were some of the things that VS Code allows me to do. I'll discuss more when we'll do in some other languages. So, okay, Firefox OS died. Yeah, it kind of did. So is it worth to go to the route of progressive web app? That's your choice. I like progressive web applications. If you like mobile app development, you can surely go into that. Progressive web apps are a little easier to make, and I prefer progressive web apps for right now because of only one reason, that I know how to make progressive web apps, nothing else. And that's about it. Also, there's one thing I need to inform to you all, that is about coding challenges. I'm thinking of a new concept. I actually got inspired from a YouTube channel called Coding Train. So what he does is actually make some the viewers actually challenge him to make some code. So for that, I request you to come to my Twitter and just, I don't care if you follow me or not follow me, it's totally okay. But if you want me to challenge me to build something, just drop down a tweet regarding that challenge. It can be anything, it can be an application, it can be a UI mockup or anything. Just tweet it to me and I'll try to make a live coding challenge video for that particular challenge in a live stream. So that's something I want you to do. That can be interesting if you do that. All right, so thank you everyone for watching this live stream. I'm sounding totally like a YouTuber. Like, comment, subscribe. It's totally fine. So just do one thing. If you like this, ask other people to join it. It might be useful for every one of you, and just let me know how you feel about this particular live stream. So thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. I hope it was informational. Let's see you next time. Most probably tomorrow if everything goes well, and we'll talk more in detail with this. Okay. Bye bye.